Welcome back, everybody, to Rimworld, and welcome to what I'm going to be calling Operation Killing Fields, which is a complete rebuild, I think, of the maze. It's a long time coming, and a lot of you did point it out in yesterday's comment section, and honestly, partially the reason yesterday I ran the sort of experiment with the kill box to see how many people died. Remember, we were keeping track as they were walking through, and we worked out that, you know, with all this barbed wire, with all of these steel traps, with all these doors and whatever else, we were killing off about 10 men. Like, it really was not worth it, particularly when we're getting 100+ people raids now, and especially when they start fleeing after we kill a few of them after they step through into the main kill box anyway. It's a massive investment, not only in terms of our colonist time, but in terms of real life time as well. Bear in mind, it takes them a very, very long time to find through this maze. Even if it takes them 5-10 minutes, which, to be honest, sometimes it actually can with the bigger raids especially, that's like another half an hour per episode just waiting for people to move through a kill box. It's a little ridiculous. You guys have seen how slow it is yourselves. So what I'm thinking instead, and what a lot of you have pointed out in the comment section, and what we talked about over Discord as well, we're going to remove this entire section of the kill box. The amount of resources that it costs to keep it going, the amount of time and effort they spend constantly repairing the walls and getting hit by traps and whatever else, it's just not worth it. So we're going to take all of this apart. We'll keep a small, maybe like this layer here, just to slow them down, just to stagger them as they come through into the main kill box, but the rest of it is unnecessary. Now, instead, what I'm going to do is try and, this major field here we've got running up to our base, I think it would be good if we kind of made it so that it was working defensively in our favor. As it stands right now, if enemies spawning down here, they've obviously got a big route through there. If they spawn over here, they'll come in over here. If they spawn over here, they're coming in through here, etc., etc. What we need to do is control the flow of enemies into this field. So, to be honest, this area works pretty well, but if we really wanted to do it, we could have a big, long, box-style entrance area. We're going to fill it with decoys, so it's nice and safe. Now, people are pointing out as well, surround the decoys with embrasures, give them trenches as well, if possible. Try and make these things... Actually, can we do that? Oh, we can't do that. That's a bit of a shame. But we can surround them with, obviously, embrasures. We can make them as fortified as possible so that it takes a long time. Now, what we can do with that is build a load of mortars, build a load of turrets, whatever else, and just shell the shit out of enemies that turn up to the base. We've got the resources to do it. And it would also save us a lot more resources and time and effort. You know, the amount of time it spends crafting this, we could have crafted 1,000 shells for our artillery. So I think this is a much better plan. It will save us plenty of time, it'll save our people plenty of time. More importantly, I think it'll just be more effective. This is long outdated. It was very good during the early game when we were against lightly armored enemies, tribal, whatever else, but these days it's a complete waste of time. Now, what I have noticed here, I don't know if you guys noticed that as well, they're using a lot of charge weaponry, huh? They have some pretty decent weapons now. Even the androids are turning up with some pretty good stuff. Let's go select similar and try and get the whole pack. So what's that? 74. Looking at 74 androids. And those are all the androids, aren't they? Right, okay. So if you select them one by one, you just select the various tiers. But this is all of them. Oh my god, they've aggroed the Thrombo. By which I mean, they've aggroed the Thrombo. They actually killed it. Holy shit, I wasn't expecting that. Well, that's a bit disappointing. They've taken a lot of damage, again, just from friendly fire. It's another reason why this killing field will work so well. With these guys behind embrasures and everything, they're going to end up doing way more damage to one another. We've seen the effectiveness of these things when they turn up with rocket launchers. Where the amount of times they've ended up killing, you know, almost wiping out themselves, just from that alone is incredibly valuable. Much more valuable than this fucking thing. So, I mean, kind of case in point. Let's see how many die off in this raid then, and just sort of to hammer the point home. All right. Oh, shit. Oh, so select similar doesn't work? I thought it did work for a second then. Well, it did. Now it's not. Not that it really matters. Anyway, we know roughly how many there are, but I mean, look, you can clearly see for yourselves. I mean, there's a couple dead there. These androids aren't the best case. They turn up obviously much less armored. It's the pirates and things that turn up with the yayo, with the pain resistance, with the power armor, more importantly. From starting to go through the kill box there to actually getting towards the end here, even though they're not completely through yet, that took 4 minutes, 28 seconds. So you can imagine that time sort of 4 or 5 raids per episode. We're getting like 25 minutes just waiting for some guys to run through a kill box. It's just not good, is it? Anyway, these guys are going to get absolutely plowed down, but more importantly, look at this sort of the point I was getting at as well. We've got 3 there, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 will include that guy even though he's downed. 8 of them died. In all of this effort, and I've actually cancelled a lot of the, as you can see, I've stopped the traps being around. I've cancelled a lot of these barbed wire replacements as well. They're 10 each, so we were spending like 200, 300 plasteel per raid, and all of the walls are damaged. We've got to repair that as well. It's just not feasible anymore. I really should have done this many, many episodes ago. I still think it's a pretty great idea. All right, then. Here we go. Let's see. Will they survive, or will they start fleeing almost instantly? I think we know the truth. I think that should be... All right, let's go and put out those fires, because that's actually a lot of potentially great shit we might be wasting there. Unit's going to get stuck in there. Oh, unit, get out. Unit, get out. Unit, get out. You were only supposed to put out the fire, you fool. Okay, there we go. Right, we're fine. Nothing to worry about. They're all around the corner now. In theory, we shouldn't be able to see them anymore. I'm going to get my guys to put out the fire, and then I'm probably going to send them back just to wait for the last few to escape there. Hey, look, we got plenty of good weapons to smelt down there, and of course, the androids themselves dismantle into a lot of plasteel. Can't see any tier 4s in there, so probably not too many AI persona cores this time around. Not that I'm complaining, let's put it that way. Right, get you guys out there for the time being. Let these guys flee, and then this whole thing... it's coming down. We're going to dismantle the whole thing. We're going to try and build ourselves a firing range instead. What the hell are they doing, honestly? Should we just send him in to go and wipe him out? Who's our best? Let's just send in, like... I mean, Zero is arguably the best choice for this mission. Bear in mind, he's the most powerful out of our guys, and he's got the best shooting and everything, and obviously moves the fastest. I'm going to send him in to go and wipe him out. We've seen him cleanly rip the head off of androids before, so this is just an average Friday night for Zero. Right, get in there and take him out. And then... let's dismantle the whole kill box. Not the whole thing, or not the kill box, just to say specifically the maze. We're not going to take the whole thing apart, but we're going to take the majority of it apart. So I'm going to say probably down to like there. I think it's a safe bet. So we've still got 2 more layers. Like I said, that's just to help stagger the enemies. I'll put some slag between it as well, just so they're not all coming through in one big group like we saw there. When they die, they obviously exploded out massively. That's what we want to avoid. We want to fight them one at a time so that our turrets have a single enemy to fire on. That way, if we do end up with any more tanky, big enemies like the mammoths, they're not going to be so difficult to kill. Let's phrase it that way. All right, off you go, team. Let's get this dismantled. Very nice. That's going to be a huge amount of steel coming back to the base as well. Look at that 1,800 steel we had spent on traps. My God. That's so much. That's going to help us out a massive amount, along with the 1,500 steel we've actually got from deep drilling and all the other various jobs that we've set up there. So, of course, today, along with setting up this killing field, I want to carry on with the thing that we started off yesterday, and that is, of course, building the platings for everyone, the composite platings, which require the 40 plasteel, the 2 components, and the 50 synthread. We've got a ridiculous amount of, components, 1,500. And then with plasteel, we have a crazy amount too, don't we? Yeah, almost 7,000 there. Synthread is now running. What I've done is I've just changed all the builds on Oilbot to do forever, because honestly, it's still limited by how often Oilbot is going to be running the resource console, right? We also need someone very quickly, if you could, to build these. Otherwise, I don't believe it can actually... there you go, can only output if we've got that there. So nice, that's some Synthread built too. So in theory, we've now got all of the resources we need. Granted, it's kind of at a slow rate there. We might want to build another one of those to be able to make the composite plating, which is going to give everyone so many more bonuses. I want to get everybody upgraded before the end of the day. That includes the tier 4 androids, getting the 3 last tier 4 androids, and of course, getting everyone with the composite plating as well. Then we can start looking at the cybernetic upgrades and the archotech upgrades, because there's nowhere else to really go from there. So we want 3 more, tier 4 androids. So craft more. Oh, he's working on that now. Sorry, my bad. I'll let you carry on. We're going to spend about 40 years hauling all of this crap into the base. That's okay. And then we're going to make sure these guys are being rearmed. Like I said, I will stagger some steel slag or something through there just to slow them down quite a lot as well. Let's make sure we get rid of that door. Okay, and get these guys on rearm as well, because those are still going to be relevant to everything we're planning here. Put down another door there or not. Okay, let's get that removed. Then put down another door there so we don't end up dying on our own traps. Right, that works out pretty well. And then I assume we've got some spare composite lying around too. We've got loads of the stuff. Right, let's put down a couple more composite traps just because it's the cheapest way to go about it. In theory, we should replace this door. I'm being very min-maxy today. I'm gonna replace this one with wood just because it has lower hit points, and it means that they're gonna escape from the kill box a lot quicker, right? Or they're gonna be able to flee a lot quicker, rather than having to smash down the granite one. There we go. And then over here, I'm putting down 3 plasteel auto doors to make our escape quicker. We want those guys to be thick enough and obviously powerful enough to stop the enemy knocking it down, but also more convenient for us than clambering over all these sandbags, going through the other doors, and then obviously going through the wood door instead. That way, the enemy has a way out quickly, and we have a way out quickly too. And I think that it's going to be a lot quicker. I'm happy about that. I think that's a very good change. I think it's going to show as we go into our next couple of raids here. Right, definitely use the plasteel we would have spent on the whole thing, though, to keep this place padded out, just in case they do happen to get by. Say someone gets through with a rocket launcher. This small amount of barbed wire might be the difference between us being blown the fuck up kind of tragically and horribly. Okay, there we go. Very nice. Nice. I'm actually genuinely quite happy with that. And then we've got plants being sown here. This is a little bit of a ridiculous amount of cotton, I will admit. We need as much as possible, especially if we plan on sort of emphasizing the decoy play that I've talked about. So next then, we want to get some embrasures around our decoys. So what's the most powerful embrasure type we can build? I assume it's going to be plasteel. We'll just take a quick look there. So plasteel embrasures are 980 hit points. We'll check the red composite and the syntholine as well. It's 910. So actually, there's not much difference. That only takes 4 work to build. So you know what? Fuck it. Let's put that around this guy. We obviously want to leave an opening at the back so that we can get to it and repair it in the future. This guy, as if they're like helpful members of our colony. You know what they are, damn it. Hashtag decoy rights. Right, there we go. And then let's put some stuff around you as well. We probably want to do it on, I guess, leave the opening on that side, especially if we want to use I don't know, do we want to build a walkway going straight at the center here, or do we want to block this section off and... or maybe emphasize them going through this section? I don't know, I think I'm going to block this off and force them up this center area, and maybe even build walls to really tunnel them in, so that way the mortars are a lot more effective as well. Right, let's get our marble wall, and let's run a big old marble wall across there. Oh god, that's a lot of bridge, damn it. Suppose we could chop down some of these trees while we're in the area, huh? I'm going to make a big old marble wall going just straight across there. Actually, we'll let them build it a layer at a time, otherwise they'll be running all the way around to go and do that, and then we'll probably get caught out with a raid or something like that. Okay, let's drop down a few layers of that, just make sure it's thick enough to discourage sappers, but also not so thick that we're constantly spending hours repairing it, otherwise it would kind of defeat the point of removing all this stuff in the first place, huh? There we are, very nice. Okay, I'm pretty happy about that. Okay, so we've got an hour before the next raid. I wasn't expecting to have all of these changes done before then. Obviously, this is quite a nice start. And then we've got our guys in there, little embrasures too. They look so good. Okay, everyone get back home. Oil button crash, but my god, I need to set your defense positions. I forget every single raid again. Holy shit. And we also need to disconnect one of you from from Hive Mind, whoever that is. Just make sure, yeah, if I toggle that for everybody, do you think it will quickly just go through and double check everyone's using the battery? I assume so. All right. This is going to be interesting then. So this is the first time we haven't got so many traps going for us. So we might be up against, what, like 7, 8 more enemies. It's really not going to make much of a difference. You know, if 7 or 8 enemies are the difference between us being wiped out or not, I think we have bigger problems than just a few traps between us, huh? Right, let's make sure we got all these guns equipped. This is going to be exciting, because it's not going to take 4 hours for me. Oh, it's a psychic ship. Never fucking mind. That's me. At least he's safe. At least my decoy son is safe. Okay, we'll start bombing that in a second then. Go back to work. Fine. Free day as far as I'm concerned. Sam the Robot, what are you good at? Construction cooking? To be fair, he's not bad. Out of all of the tier 4 candidates, he's the more likely one that I would have saved, but I think honestly Repair Bot 4, or even Cremation Bot to be honest, for the speed, and he's actually quite good at medical as well, would make for a good... Actually, he's good at a lot of things. So, something was pointed out to me in the comment section yesterday as well that I plan on taking a look at in a second, but from what I've been told, there's a way we can download people's consciousness via Skymind, but not actually lose the original copy. So say, for example, Crafting Bot, we can put an implant in him. I'll show it off in a second. I don't want to get too deep into it right now when we've got all the killbots and shit to be rebuilding. But there is a way we can install a chip into his mind and download him into other robots without the original being wiped out. So imagine if all of our Crafting Bots had 20.99, and for all of our Construction Bots, or more specifically, if we downloaded, I know who our most skilled colonist is overall, to be honest, it probably is, download Crafting Bot into everybody. That would be crazy. That's true assimilation right there. So I think it's well on brand with the series as well. Anyway, let's get you... so you're connected. Cremation Bot 3 is connected. Upload to him. And then where are you right now? So yeah, let's get you stripped. No, don't rescue. Put him down. God damn it. Okay, strip him. And then let's get his job transferred over as well. So that is Cremation Bot to Sam the Android. And then, perfect. Done. That's another one down. Make sure he's all re-equipped again, especially as we've got this raid coming back in, so come grab your combat gun. Were you Cremation Bot? I'll give him another wrench, fuck it, why not? Those are always a good sort of all-round thing to do. Suppose we need less of them now, though, given that we've got, smithing speed would probably make more sense. Sure, let's go for that. Only simply because we've got way less to maintain now. I mean, the wrenches are good because there's 33% repair speed, but we're not going to be repairing 1,000 walls constantly every single day forever. Oh, was that another robot I saw then? Did you just craft another one? What was the deal with that? Oh, no, they didn't craft another one. I saw the bar change. They actually just got rid of the old guy, didn't they? Also, why did you not bother wearing... Oh, I need to restrict his gear, don't I? Oh, God. It's a bit of a mess. Sorry, we built so many people so quickly yesterday. I completely forgot about this aspect of things. Right, let's get all this changed over. Then I need to make sure that he's got the proper armor equipped as well. So let's go Soldier and Soldier. So the only two ones that should be on... Soldier with Tainted is just Repair Bot 3 and Cremation Bot 4, so it's those two guys down there. Unit doesn't care because he's got Bloodlust, right? So you're also set to Soldier, and then those guys are Soldier with Tainted. Nice work. So let's move you up here, bookend it with Unit a little bit more. What happened to... Why are you not wearing Marine armor now? Oh, I need to make it so that they're okay with wearing armor that is obviously that tattered. Alright, here we go. One more left. I'm just gonna... Oh, need materials. What do we... Oh, someone's probably got something reserved, I assume. Yeah, there we are. So you carry on, and this is now the last guy. So Sylvester, let's get you into the area, and then we want to upgrade Repair Bot 3, which is a tier 2 android, so you come over here. Thank you very much. Okay. Where the hell is he? He's miles away. Okay, there we are. Let's get you to... I'm not gonna bother getting him to drop his gear. It is quicker always just to strip them when they're downed. Right, so Repair Bot 3, upload to Sylvester, confirm. Let's get Crafting Bot to strip him very quickly. Make sure everything's forbidden as well, so someone else doesn't come and snatch up in the meantime. Although, I suppose it's probably all tainted, isn't it? That one's not. That one is, so we definitely don't want you equipping those. Let's get those done. Those can go off and be cremated or something like that. And then finally, our last tier 4 droid. With Francis, we have now completely change the entire face of this colony to tier 4 androids. That's such a massive gain for us. So Cremation Bot 4, if you could join us up here, please. You and Francis. Just get him up by the bed, seeing as they always end up rescuing them anyway. Alright, so let's just quickly make sure no one's connected to Scaman. Can I just, if I just do that and do that again... Can I get to Scaman? No slots available. Oh, shit, I just connected everybody. My bad. All right, I'm going to have to go through now and just make sure everyone's... Haha, great. I thought I would toggle it all off because I couldn't remember who we'd actually connected. There we are. Everybody is now tier 4 android. That's a fantastic upgrade, I think. So, oh, man, it's just like this tier 5, all these tier 4s, and then a Hellbot. I think we've got quite a nice lineup here. Now, the only issue is we don't actually have enough armor. We're lacking, what is that, 4 marine helmets? Did I remember to copy his job over? I did, thank God. Oh, wait, hang on. Double check. Fuck! I thought I'd forgotten something. Okay, never mind. I've copied his jobs over, apparently not the, or the schedule, but not the jobs themselves. It's Cremation Bot. I think it's fairly obvious what he should be doing, so I'm not going to lose too much sleep over that. He's also pretty good at crafting as well. So let's go Cremation number 1 for you, and then smelting as well, seeing as we have a load of crap to be smelted. And then crafting as a secondary job is absolutely fine. Very nice. Okay, we need to make some marine helmets then, because this is getting a little bit out of hand. I mean, this one's tainted. It was a light marine helmet anyway, so we shouldn't really have been using it. What do we need for heavy marine armor? It's 2 advanced components, 50 plastic. Well, basically, it's just advanced components for us in that case. We don't have much left right now. So I think we'll wait a while for them to start building up the... I'll try and make what we can. And these guys definitely get top priority, but we'll let them finish crafting what they've got before we... What was that? Oh, right there. They just smelted a go. Got it. Before we start trying out... I ideally would love to get everybody in the heavy marine armor as well. That's going to be one of our next goals. Plus, steel plating is probably a better first port of call, I think. Okay, there we go. So everybody's got the right outfits too, so make sure we're on soldier and soldier. Pretty good. A clear force to see what they're actually wearing on that regard. Because that way we can kind of get an idea for what we actually do need to craft more of as well. And the deep drilling is bringing up so much stuff. I had actually never exhausted a deep drill mine before, so it pops up in the corner. I'm just like me explaining this as if all of you guys don't know this already. Saying that the drill's exhausted. But look at how much steel we've got now. So taking apart that thing and also having these guys just drilling constantly in these components, this is crazy. Like, it's actually bringing in a crazy amount of resources. Obviously, the quarry, yeah, I'm not too bothered about that one, really. We'll cross that when we get there. So we've got the cloth growing. I just want to make sure everything's kind of in the right place. So we've got 1.9 days now before the next raid is turning up. That psychic ship couldn't have come at a better time. It's going to allow us to build that the killing fields that I was talking about. So let's make sure that one is built up a little bit. Of course, what we do have to worry about is drop pods. That is now going to be a slightly larger concern. So, of course, we're not going to have time to react to those guys too much. So I'm thinking let's also block this up. We've got to be careful building that close to a psychic ship, don't you? Because you can wake it up. Although they can't get past it right now anyway, because it's acting as a natural barrier. So in theory, the next raid can only come through here. Ideally, we want to wake the psychic ship up as the enemies turn up, right? So what I might do then is blueprint the... Oh god, I dread to think what series all of these blueprints are from. My god. Okay, they're all from this one. It's okay, nothing to worry about. Let's get rid of these, and let's blueprint these little decoy traps we've got going on here. I want to put them around... kind of in this direction as well, because there's obviously nothing over here that they could shoot that would potentially do any damage. So let's just put a load of them around, because they're going to save our... they're potentially going to save our lives, obviously, with regards to the triple rocket launchers, doomsday rocket launchers, whatever else. So we want to put them sort of dotted along where they'll see them eventually, but maybe not immediately. And we obviously don't want to put too many of them now, because it'll be way too much cotton. Okay, there we are. That's looking pretty good. I'm all right with that. Wow, look at the composite we're churning out now that I've set it to unlimited. Holy shit, this is so much better. And then, of course, having it actually on a more useful job list. Right, so how are we looking with the sim thread? 281. Wow, that's going fast. So what do we want to queue up? Let's get rid of all of this crap and start fresh so that we can work out on the best... Oh, right, it's this one, isn't it, that we want to start with? So we need nano kit. It's not a bad idea. We probably should have some more of those turned out if you don't mind. So you're working on advanced components right now. Let's move you on to this one instead for the time being. Advanced components, we've got plenty of people actually capable of doing that, but we'll get Craft Mod to this just because he'll be the quickest one doing it. How are you still hitting traps? Can I ask? It's not even in your path remotely. Oh, unless they're talking about the barbed wire. Oh my god, I never considered that they might hit the barbed wire. Okay, well, fuck. That's a fucking oof. We could put a door there. Actually, that wouldn't be a bad idea. Let's remove all this crap. That way we don't have to travel through this barbed wire 24/7. Perfect. My children. My children will defend us. This is so cool. Alright, so this wall's basically fortified enough. I think we have to make it 4 blocks thick to make it sap-proof. Oh, there's also the issue of this fucking thing right here, right? So let's also break that one and make sure that's all sort of secured. I'll put down another layer on it as well. This is kind of overkill at this stage, I will admit, but I'm just being careful. Then let's get these trees chopped down to actually be able to fund that in the first place. Right, so the only place they can actually come through then is this area. Bear in mind, this is still blocked by the psychic ship. Obviously, that won't be after the next raid, because I plan on shelling the shit out of that and actually waking them up. People also said, and this is great idea, by the way. Probably why these shelves are here in the first place. Put a shelf down so that they don't have to walk so far to get the shelves. That's a great idea. I don't know why it was there, though. Right, so let's go ahead and go critical clear all, and then just say any old shells are welcome on there. And then I guess we could remove it from here. Oh, it's a low priority anyway, so they should move it over onto the shelf instead. Probably want to build a couple of shelves. So, like, one for EMP shells, one for... Oh, damn, the only issue is I don't want them to get shot. So putting them behind this wall probably wouldn't be a bad idea. In fact, we should put in braziers between us and between the artillery and the front line. We don't want our people being shot, after all. So let's do something like that. Remove that fucking fire foam popper. Okay, thank you. Very useful. Let's get rid of that as well. That way we can more safely store shells over here. I wouldn't feel so bad about potentially having them within a shooting range. Aha, caught one. There we go. This is what I was talking about a couple of episodes ago, where they just stand still and don't do a job. Somebody thought I had the game paused. Definitely don't have the game paused. Yeah, I don't know what's causing it. I just have to manually draft and undraft them. Somebody theorized that apparently it's just when a job is done far too quickly, so that the Pathfinder can't update, or someone else beats them to the job or something like that. Does seem to be the case. It probably has to do with the crazy amount of movement speed and crap we've got going on in this base, and the manipulation especially. Okay, there we go. So our artillery are now a little bit more protected from obviously being on the fucking front lines there. They're defended from ammo crates and whatnot. Drones intense fine, but in theory, in 11 hours, that'll be dealt with anyway, because of course we're going to shell it and have them fight our next raiders, whoever they happen to be. So it's not in drop pods. Actually, I don't know if you can get drop pod raids with the web-based survival outside of the obviously regular supply raids. Another thing as well is I kind of threatened to do this yesterday, and that's expanding this wall out and then obviously mining all this crap away so that we can expand the whole building room and try and get down one of the tailor benches so that we can take apart the 5,000 scarves that our androids have decided they want to wear. Mainly because it'll bring in a lot more cloth so we can build a bunch more decoys if we feel like that as well. Not that it's probably a little bit unnecessary now, but my god, look at all these components. Look at this crazy amount of fucking steel we've got. Look at it going up. What? Is this all coming from the deep drill? I suppose it must be, right? I mean, where else would it be coming from? I have no idea, but that's fantastic. All right, we are now... Oh, I suppose it's all the smelting as well. Look at how many steel slag they've got through. Holy shit. And all the weapons, too. Okay, here comes our raid. Where are they coming from? Over here, and it's pirates, too. This is a great time for them to be fighting mechanoids. Right, let's go select similar, see what we're up against here. Oh, God. Does that say Princess Diana? Did I see that right? I very much doubt it. 100 of... the pirates here, all hopped up on Yale with their power armor and whatnot. We're looking at 2 Doomsday rocket launchers. We're looking at 2 regular rocket launchers and triple. We're looking at 1. This actually seems to be one of the easiest pirate raids we've had in a while. Obviously, the numbers are a little bit frightening, but that's okay. Let's get everyone onto the front lines. Well, I didn't set any defensive positions again, because I always remember it as I'm about to press the fucking button. Anyway, excuse me. I want them to draft up and then follow. There we go. Right, let's just get them lined up around here then. Okay, this is going to be interesting, now that we've obviously got a more limited... Oh, God, our people are out in the field. Probably building the... Oh, my God, were they, like, mining steel from down here or bringing in slag or something from the map? Oh, shit, I bet that explains why we're getting a lot more steel. I've unrestricted them entirely. Okay, fair enough. That might explain a fair amount then. Right, let's get everyone home as soon as possible. Let's get 0 on the artillery. And then it's also Minebot 3, isn't it? Where are you, Minebot 3? Let's get you on the artillery as well. Is he on guard mode? How the hell have I done that? Whoops. Guard mode is disabled. Thank you. Okay, we've got 2 people still on the same square? Whoa, this is high tier Rimworld right there. What the fuck has happened? Alright, Minebot 3, where have you gone? There you go. Man steel artillery. No unreserved shells nearby. Oh, right, because we're not allowing... Oh, shit, we've only got MP shells. Bollocks. Did you just use the last one? Let's hope this fucking hits then, huh? Well, that sucks. Okay. I don't really know what to do at that point. Can we have someone quickly craft us another shell, do you think? Don't worry about it. We're a little bit caught out here, I will admit. Right, okay, sorry. I'm going to get everyone back into positions. Apparently disabling that will do that. Right, man the artillery. Open fire down there, which it should be and is. Can fire in 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, okay, we're good. Right, this is going to be interesting. Please hit. They actually might hit them just from there fucking around with the decoys as well. Come on, fire a... Oh my god, it's perfect. My big brain play right there, and that was 0 that did that, by the way. That wasn't the enemy, so all props to 0. Holy shit. Let's get him up here then. Let's get everyone with their guns equipped. We're just gonna let those guys rip each other apart. We'll obviously go and watch in a second, but I just want to make sure everyone's got their guns in case it horribly backfires. Shouldn't. Okay, is that everyone? We good? Criminal 2 doesn't have anything. Unit, these 2 are both brawlers, aren't they? So let's go and move them in somewhere more convenient. I'll say this is the new defense area. I promise I'll remember this time. Alright, let's move them sort of in this zone here. There we are. And then save as defensive position. Again, I don't like having them so bunched up like this, but, I mean, we kind of don't really have a choice right now unless we want to fully redesign the whole thing and move some of these turrets around, etc. We can move 0 up here, I guess. Might help mitigate some of the rocket damage slightly. Right, let's go ahead and save you guys as your new defensive positions. Okay, this is going to be a massacre. And this is great news for us, because, of course, they're wasting all of their fucking, they're wasting all their ammo, or their explosives, whatever else, on the decoys. They're also dealing with our site mechano problem. That was a lot of centipedes, so I'm glad they're fighting those guys rather than us. Holy shit, wow, look at this. Our poor decoys, my god, they've laid down their life for this colony. They did a great job, though, honestly. We've got to thank them quite a lot for that one, I think. Wow, and they've got Inferno cannons. Only 1 centipede with an Inferno cannon. Oh, look at the amount of mammoths there were. These poor guys are going to get ripped to shit. This is great. We want this fight to go on as long as possible, because, of course, then whoever survives is going to be incredibly weak. And I think either way, I mean, I'm happy to fight either at this stage, given that they've both been just ripped apart by these raiders. Oh, God, more mechanoids back there, too. They're spawning on this side, I guess. It must have moved round. Wow. The raiders are actually trying to progress through our kill box. This is just a complete world war. Oh, God. What? What do you mean? Reactor's overheating. What do you mean? What's this? What's going on here? Wait, what? Oh, shit. I thought the electrical conduit blew up, and then that couldn't have happened at a worse time. You could have not picked a worse time for that. Alright, go and put those fires out. Fuck's sake. Well, at least the reactor's turned off rather than gonna blow up the whole colony, I hope. I mean, it is shutting down. That does mean that we've got no power to our turrets? Question mark? I mean, what's our batteries are instantly drained. Oh, shit. Wait. They don't use power? Wait, the composite sentry guns don't use power? I guess they've got some sort of battery? Light enough to be carried and deployed wherever. May explode when damaged. Well, we dodged a bullet there, huh? Apparently these turrets don't use power. No idea why that's happening. No idea... I mean... Oh my god, this is a massacre. This is a world war. What the hell have we done? Well, that's great, because now we've only got to fight a few centipedes and a couple of assaulters, rather than, I mean, either or both, in this case. Very good. Wow, that was pretty nuts. That was absolutely insane. Can't believe we also had a reactor meltdown. Oh god, Zero is not going to be able to stop that by himself. You know, we've set everybody's defensive positions. Get to work. Thank you. Appreciate it. Go and put those fires as soon as possible. Thank you. Thank you. Oh god, please don't leave home area. Do not leave home area. I wanted to put out the fire, but I don't want to... Oh, right, you guys defensive positions then. No, Zero. Stop this nonsense. Thank you. Okay, everyone else, defensive positions. Thank you. Get back to somewhere safe. You know, just make sure everyone's defensive positions at this stage. Oh my god, the fucking cooling tower still broke. Damn it. Okay. Well, this is going to be interesting. Right, what are we up against then? I can't believe of all the times to get an electrical conduit fault like that, that was going to be it. Oh, for fuck's sake. And their ship isn't damaged enough for them to come and attack us. Well, that's inconvenient. Okay, so what we're going to have to do then is restrict them to... the home area, so we're going to have to go hometown and probably restrict that a little bit more. Actually, maybe just cleaning zone and expand that out a little bit. I don't want them to go outside of the kill box for obvious reasons here. Let's at least get this reactor back online before these mechanisms start coming out. As bear in mind, we could do with our EMP cannons online as soon as possible. We've got enough steel to do it as well. That's 1,000 steel lost. That is honestly such a massive hit. Such a shame. Oh well. Let's get some repair bots on that as soon as possible. Don't mind. Repair bot 3 is already on it. Thank you. I think we've learned an incredibly valuable lesson today, and that is let's also surround this cooling tower with fire foam bombs. Ideally, I'd like to move it somewhere completely out of the way. Maybe like all the way down here on the beach or something like that. Just so that it's covered under a shield generator, but also things like that hopefully aren't going to happen in the future. Man, that couldn't have been... Honestly, that electrical fault could not have happened anywhere worse. That was just the worst possible scenario. But look, at least we didn't have to deal with the raid, and of course the mechanoids... It was kind of a nice balance in that their ship was damaged enough to obviously kill all the raiders, but not so damaged that they were going to keep charging down our base, especially when we're kind of on the back burner like this. Okay, very nice. That shouldn't take too much longer. I've got Zero ready and waiting in the reactor room to kickstart the whole thing. The only problem is, I can see now, is that we're probably not going to have enough power in the grid to reboot the whole system. Yeah, this could be a concern. Oh, shit. Okay. We can't use it because there's no fucking power in the grid. All right. What we need to do then, it's very similar. We've done this every time we have room atomics, right? Is set up a kind of backup generator, a temporary thing, just with its own little grid here, so that we can just reboot the generator from it. Like a chem fuel power generator would actually do the trick quite nicely. So if we put that there, immediately next to it, and then we just need to run a few power conduits under here as well. I don't even know if they can access that. I'll have to give it a go. We need to reboot the reactor, the console, also the turbine, and the transformer, I assume, doesn't use power. power besides its own, so we should be good. Right, get working on that as soon as possible. I hope they can build these underground cables, otherwise it's going to be a bit more difficult to isolate the grid. We should be fine. Hey, there we go. Oh, it's briefly on them for a second. My God, unless we want to turn everything off in the base, but this is probably easier, to be honest. We're out of chem fuel. Okay, no, it's really not easier. Fuck. How are we out of chem fuel? Oh my God, we are out of chem fuel. Okay. Manage reactor. Start. Come on. Fuck. Okay. I think I am actually going to have to turn everything off, aren't I? Incredible. That's a real pain in the ass. These shield generators for a start would be the... Fuck. This is so annoying. We're going to have to turn everything back on after we're done as well. Oh, it's starting up. I think I caught it. No, shit. Oh, come on, you fucker. This is going to be so difficult. All right, let's get all this... Ready? Brace. Get ready. Here we... Nope. Manage. Why is it overheating? It's on. It's on. It's on. It's on. It's on. It's on. Cooling tower's working. Are we fine? No, it's off again. What the fuck? Oh, come on. Okay, fine. We need some other generator. This is clearly not gonna... We got wood power generator. You want them wood power generators, Chief? So frustrating. The nuclear grid, so it's only on this small area here, and then we can sever it from the main grid via the switch, which is what I'm going to do right now. Although apparently it's on and working, which clearly it's not. Maybe it is, and we're just using up that much power, but that can't be true, because of course turning all these lights off would have saved us a shitload of power. I don't know. I just don't know. I have fucking no clue at this point, I'll be honest with you. You can sort of see what I've tried to do there. So I've severed this from the thing. So we've got one system here for keeping the nuclear power plant online. For kickstarting this, say the main grid goes down and we just need these generators online to be able to boot everything back up again. I've also connected the cooling tower up separately to the geothermal generator. So this has always got power independent of whether or not the nuclear reactor's online. So of course that's a bit of a... That's exactly why we're in this fucking mess in the first place. But it's just not... Plenty of 400 watts, grid excess of 400 watts on that one. And then this one is grid excess of 516 watts. Despite the fact that it should be, in theory, taking power straight from the nuclear reactor, which is generating 37,000 watts of power. There is no way in fuck this grid is using 36,000 watts. I mean, how is it using 36,000 watts? Might be a better question. This is all a self-contained thing. So the oil is only producing... is only gaining power from this, obviously. And then these generators are, I think, the only thing that's working right now. And they are hooked up to the grid still, and they are running. No, they're not running because we have... Maybe that's why. Maybe the nuclear power plant is working fine. Maybe it's just because we've run out of oil. Is that more likely? Because I can't see any reason why this wouldn't be working. I suppose the quickest way to check would be to separate the transformer from the grid entirely again, and then see how many watts the... It looks to me like the nuclear reactor might be bugged out. But in hindsight, it might be because we don't have the oil pushing it over, right? Maybe the oil excess was all we had here. So I'm going to just quickly come up with a system to let us check, just to make sure. This is the problem with using mods, isn't it? You never know what's broken and what is actually working as intended. So I'm going to put down a battery there, and I'm going to sever this from the main grid, and then we'll let all the power out of the nuclear power plant go into that battery. Sounds dangerous, but I think it's fine. And then in theory, we'll be able to see if this says like a grid excess of 34,000 watts, we know the nuclear reactor is running fine, and the issue is that there's no power in the oil generator. Yeah, so it's as I suspected. There we go. We can actually see quite clearly there that we've got 35,000. So the nuclear generator is actually running. It's just we need the oil alongside that, which I actually had no idea was the case. That's okay. We use the battery as a buffer, I guess, just to, for reasons. I don't know why we'd do that. I guess it allows us to check in the future, right? And then we've got... for some reason, it's all turned off again. What are you talking about? Why? What? No. You're connected to the wrong thing. So, reconnect that. Boom. There we go. So that should now connect to this grid, and now it's back online. Okay, we're good then. So this is now all a self-contained circuit. This is all fine in a self-contained circuit over here as well. There you go. So you got the transformer. That should hook up to the main grid via the battery, so we do it like that. There we go. Okay, so this was actually, honestly, not such a bad thing. It's kind of a silver lining that we were able to kind of catch the system, the faults in the system before it got out of hand here. What we then need is, I think the real concern comes that we don't have enough crude oil being pumped out now. So... how do we adjust that? I've got to remember all of the mechanics on this one too. So tank level is yeah, okay, fair enough, that's fine. Are we just not drilling enough oil now to be able to fulfill our needs? We need to put down some more oil pumps or something like that? It's probably where we've got these things online as well. So why don't we, for the time being, turn off the... Why don't we turn off one of the autoclaves or like a couple of these so that we can save some of this chem fuel? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so actually what had happened there, this has been a problem since the start of the episode. The fire was just kind of kind of a wake-up call to it, really. So having these two things was using up way too much chem fuel that these weren't able to stay on, the power plants weren't able to stay on, and that's what actually cost us our power there. So that's solved the mystery of the disappearing power. What we actually didn't solve the mystery of yesterday is the disappearing smelt bar hedge. You might remember when the head of that robot just exploded for whatever reason. I watched the footage back when we were on Discord, we're trying to solve the issue, and I noticed a lot of people in the comment section were trying to work it out. No fucking clue what happened there. Still no idea. Boom, there you go. That is the dangers of nuclear power right there, but we've got a really nice grid going on over here, actually, where we're able to actually check for redundancies. We can separate from the main grid, put it back on the main grid if we want the power to be a bit more effective. We've got this on a separate backup system so that this won't blow up as well, and we can reconnect it up to the main one and swap between them depending on how we feel. That's really nice. Actually, I'm pretty happy with how this has gone. And we also worked out that this was apparently using up too much. So what I need to do then is go back to the drawing board to some extent and actually find out how we can get more oil from this thing. I guess we just put down another oil tower. It's a little bit annoying, but I mean, it's the only way we're going to be able to fulfill this much of an order to get this much syn thread, synthylene, whatever else. To be fair, we've got a lot of syn threads, so we might not need any more. Thank you all for watching. That was a bit of a tragedy, and I'm glad we've kind of worked out what was necessary with that. I'm actually drilling a second oil pipeline here so that we can try and avoid that happening again. I didn't realize how kind of integral these were. What that actually might be is a good sign that we need to carry on with the Rim Atomics research, actually move on to the higher, more powerful nuclear power plants, the more advanced ones, because I think there's 3 different variants of them as well. So there you go. You can actually see there that we will unlock the advanced nuclear power if we carry on with this one. I think that's definitely what we need to start with tomorrow and actually move on to a bit more stable power. This worked out really well, I think. Obviously, we didn't get much of a test. We need to obviously take out these mechanoids at some stage as well. That will have to wait for tomorrow, because we've got to craft a few more shells before I think we're... Actually, no, we're pretty good. We could probably shell them and then deal with that first thing tomorrow. But again, for tomorrow, because it's been a stressful day. We almost blew up the entire base. I almost blew... Okay, I won't blame you guys. I almost blew up the entire base, but all the problems are solved. Everything is perfect in the land of Android. Thank you all for watching, and a big thank you to the insane top tier level patrons making the series possible in the first place. Thanks to Alchemia, Anthony Gawley, Sunikura, to Atmos, Average Gamer 419, Bacon Kitten, Bellex Strongbow, Ben Hofflin, Chesty, Croesus, Donald, Fukuna Vasquez, Gogolus, Harry McGowan, Iguana Squad, James Shea, Jonah Waters, Justin Wallace, Kanan Carter, Micah Mullen, Muskratful, Norstress, Necrophil, Pelvis Presley, Brodin, Scott, Skaz, Slippy Nips, Somnus, Shay, The One Ring, Tom Terry 18, Tyler Kendall, Tyler McClam, Vacuous Bacchus, Varagon, and William Green for their support the insane tier levels on Patreon. Thank you for making the channel possible in the first place. My god, my voice hurts now, holy shit. Thank you as well to Uwu Daddy, Asro, Adam Person, Adrian Eliasson, Andrew Walsh, Andrew Wilson, Anchor, Attila, Betimus Max, Beta Valerian, Blood for the Blood God, Bwen, Chris, Corgi Circus, Dapago, Don, Dunk Honey 2 and 7, Emerald Beam, Foosh, Gabriel Van Ders, Gaz, Genji Circle, Gothamo, Grey, Haji Dumar, I Am Sagater, Irotha, Icy the Great, Jackson P, Jay Lara, Jacob Wolfie, Jason Sushu, Jose, Jeebus Crust, Joran DeVries, Jessica Smith, Job's Lucky Sister, Julie Vondel, Joseph Peer, Justin Plot, Justin Rules, Justin Waters, Kevin Saunders, Lieutenant Dan, Lepus and Lepus, Luan and Thomas, Luke Wallace, Manuel Bosich, Mastolp, Monty, Mosi Sampson, My Name Isn't Dio, Nathaniel Lindberg, Nick Noah Gallimore, Organised Confusion, Pan Samid, Panther Pearl, Payton Dennis R, Russian Oligarch Billionaire, Brian Hooper, Sam Keir, Scaps, Shardul, Smirtworm, Soicrates, Super Danny 089, Sweet Tea, Tony Laban, Volta, Voodoo Mumbo, Boy Prince Kibo, Will Wade, Wilson Atef, Wolfie, Yellow 4, Yorker, Zach, and Zetlock 2. See you guys all tomorrow.